What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? This is Stayer Blade with Bladecast number 22 is Slarxy coming at you. It's actually one half of Slarxy. It's Trent, another person in the mix, Emmy. She couldn't make it to the podcast, but it's an awesome time. We talk about couple streaming, what goes into that whole thing with their setup, and where Trent sees them in the future of streaming on Twitch. So stick around to the end. It's a great time. I had a blast talking with them, and that's about it. I'll see you guys after the podcast. Thanks. All right, before we really start this thing, I do want to say I love your background. I like the entire set that you guys have set up.
I appreciate that.
I have to say I'm very jealous sometimes. I like doing the green screen because it's easiest for me, but holy crap, I envy people who can do like crazy setups like that.
Yeah, I've thought about going green screen. I just like people being able to see the room. I feel like it's a little more personal than having a green screen set up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start you off. Is it Slarxy, right? I'm saying it correct.
It
right?
is.
Okay.
Slarxy. Yeah, a lot of people pronounce it salary, celery, and I don't understand how they get that from Slarxy, but Slarxy will do.
Yeah, I was in theater for a long time, so if I didn't pronounce something right, I got smacked for that. So I feel like
Gotcha.
that this is like years and years of like pent up like theater. That's like, you know
Right.
what, you figure it out. You figure it out real quick. So as we're starting off, I want you to kind of just give yourself an intro. Tell me a little about yourself, and tell the chat a little bit more about yourself.
All right. Well, I'm Slarxy, aka Trent. I usually stream with my girlfriend, who usually sits right here behind me. And we play a bunch of games like Overwatch, and we started out playing a bunch of horror games. That's what really catapulted our channel to what it is now. But lately, Emmy got a new job, and she's been working a lot, so it's just been me doing a bunch of story-based games. But yeah, I mean, we've been streaming for a year now, and it's been a freaking wild ride. An absolute wild ride, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
I get that. So okay, first real question to you: why Slarxy? What does the name mean?
Everyone always asks me that, man, and I never know what to say because I want it to be cool. I want it to be like, yeah, Slarxy actually means this, and it's really cool, but it's not. It was a random name generator that I used on World of Warcraft when I made a character. And that's what came up, and I was like, you know what? I'll just use that name. So
I like it.
Nothing too cool.
I was trying to figure it out. I was like, is it a mix between their two names? Like, what is it? I'm like boggled.
Right.
Like, you know, I was like Alan from Hangover sitting at the table. I'm like, all these numbers are appearing in front of my face. I'm like, what is it then? What's the code? It's nothing.
Right.
It's nothing. I like it.
Yeah, and I wish it were way cooler than that, but unfortunately, it's not.
No,
oh well,
it's okay. Sometimes it's like Madonna or Lyric. You don't need
right.
a crazy reason why.
Yeah, I knew that I wanted something that was one name, like, or one word. I love the one word names. I think those are really powerful.
Absolutely.
So, and at least I got that out of it, you know?
Absolutely. Scott TV, thank you so much for the sub, my friend. I appreciate the crap out of that.
Love you, Katana.
I mean, family, we love them all. Yeah. It's, you know, that I think that the biggest thing for me, when I was looking into just your channel in general, was the amount of videos where it was just community based stuff. It was a lot of you talking to the chat, you guys interacting in the chat, and this is one thing that I wrote down in my notes. Okay, before anyone this year, 2019, I decided I'm gonna write down everything I need to know about someone from top to bottom, A to Z. So this is my magic notebook. Everything that I need to know about someone, I write down just so I remember it, because sometimes I'm horrible with memory. So my whole thing was I wrote down was love that you run your channel like a full-time partner streamer does. I envy that, because people will come into a stream, and if they see that it's like, you know, okay, it's very chill, then they kind of like they want to chill. But I feel like you guys run your stuff like you guys have been partnered for years. You guys have been, and I think that's something that's it's an example that people need to set for new streamers or people that just want to come watch you in general. And I like that a lot. I think it's something to be said that you guys it looks like from day one basically, you guys have been doing. I love that.
Yeah, no, I've kind of been in the whole entertainment industry as a whole for quite a while, and that's something I realized early on.
Mhm.
If you want a certain amount of respect, you have to act like you have earned it already. And appearance in the entertainment industry is such a big deal too, and we take everything seriously as far as our appearance goes. The quality of our stream, what type of games we play, we really dive deep into that kind of stuff. And
Oh,
yeah, I mean, we take it all seriously. And we try to treat this like a full time job, even though it's not, and not at all actually.
no,
um, but we do everything we can to make sure it's top tier content that we're releasing.
no, and I like that a lot. Now, like you said, you had started off in the entertainment industry. Can you give me a little background on that?
Yeah. Well, I went to school for film and graduated from Full Sail University in 2015, and then moved up here to Atlanta and started working in the movie industry.
Nice.
But before that, I had always been doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, and it was all crap. Some of the videos are still on YouTube, but I've made them private because I'm so embarrassed by them.
I feel you.
but but yeah, I mean, all my life I've been making videos, releasing some sort of media content out there. So,
Nice.
but yeah.
I like that. And um, now what got you interested in Twitch? Was it a friend of yours, or did you just kind of stumble upon it one day?
Um, I don't know how I discovered Twitch because funny thing, I forgot to mention, in 2013, I actually started streaming on Twitch for a couple months.
Hmm.
I gained a little bit of a following. It was on a completely different channel that I don't have access to anymore. Um, and that went really well, but I don't know what drew me to Twitch or why I started streaming. Um, but I knew when I came back to this a year later that I wanted that sense of community back. And I really like since I left Twitch in 2013 after those few months that I streamed, I had always looked back on it and been like, why did I stop? Why did I not continue that?
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I started back up last year in streaming again.
I,
But again, I don't know why, what drew me to Twitch. I don't know how I discovered it or anything. So
no, I like that.
mystery.
Um, it's cool to see like when people go from this is just a platform where people can play video games to like, oh shit, I could do this. I could do this. I like
Right. Yeah.
and that I think that for me it was when I went from playing video games where I was just like kind of casually BS playing video games to all of a sudden my brother's like, you should play this, like you should like check out Twitch, and I was like, okay, made an account, whatever. And then like a month into me watching people, I was like, I should try this. Like
Yeah.
because at that time I was not a talkative person. Like I talked to my family and stuff, and I talked to my friends, but like I I wouldn't think like that many years ago, like, oh yeah, let's get online for a bunch of strangers. I have no idea who they are and like interact with them,
Right.
like, oh,
Right.
and it's to me it was such a gray area because I'd never tried it before that jumping into it, I was like, this is nuts. Like this is what am I doing?
Yeah.
I made YouTube videos for a while, but then I kind of like you said, like the same thing with you. I have an entire other YouTube where I blocked all of those videos out so no one could ever see them again because they're so cringeworthy that I don't want to revisit them. Like the
Yep.
old reaction videos to like those horrible like the two girls one cup, that kind of crap. Like
Yep.
the really cringy, like you can't find.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I
Oh,
had a reaction video that too. Wow, a reaction video to that too, and it was very cringy.
yes. Yeah, yeah. You look back and you're like, oh, okay, why was I doing this? Like college me was like,
Right.
I'm bored. Why don't I just make something? And it came out to that, and I was like, all right, well, never doing that again. And then I stopped, and then, but now I picked this up, and Twitch is definitely awesome. I don't have you with Twitch. What have you found has been some like hurdles that you kind of try to jump over since you started?
Man, it's really being discovered is so hard, and I know that's weird for me to say because like I feel like we've built up a really nice audience, a really awesome community
Mhm.
over this past year, but it really was tough getting out there and being discovered because Twitch isn't a very friendly platform
No.
to just be discovered by. Like on YouTube, it's easy because if you want to search couple gamers, you can just search that up and then a ton of videos will pop up. But on Twitch, you can't just search that and find couple gamers on Twitch, you
Right.
know?
Right.
Um, Marketing for Twitch is just so bizarre and weird. And I don't think it's fully fleshed out yet. I think Twitch is still trying to figure out their discoverability system.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I've always tried my best to make my marketing for our stream stand out from others. And whether it's a really awesome, cool video or a cool graphic or maybe even some model esque photos of Emmy and I,
Yeah.
something to stand out and appear different from the millions, literally millions of other streamers on the platform.
Absolutely.
And it sounds easy, but it's so tough, and it's been tough. And even though I spend all this time and effort in these little things to differentiate us from other people, sometimes it doesn't go over well.
Yeah.
Even though it's different, some people may not still discover us. It's just a huge platform that it's you're buried by the oversaturation, and it sucks. But
Right. Now the one thing that people say a lot, and of course, don't play oversaturated games and whatnot. What's your view on that whole subject? Because I used to play a lot of Overwatch. Like, I played Overwatch to the point of where I could do the voices on stream, but I was sitting at 1 to 2 viewers. But then moving over to less saturated games like Just Dance, I can pull 10 to 15 people into chat like that as soon as I hit
right.
live. What's your whole view on that situation?
I definitely think streaming lower average viewer games helps out your stream tremendously. When I first started this channel last year, I played like a couple streams of PUBG.
Okay.
Obviously, nobody came in. I mean, everybody was streaming PUBG at that time a year ago. Like
Right.
that was the top game. Um, but then Emmy and I started playing Resident Evil 7, and dude, we skyrocketed. That was a game that had already been released for a while.
Mm.
Um, and nobody barely was it. Wow, barely anybody was streaming it.
Hmm.
And it just worked out so well. We were on the top of the list always. We were more discovered. Even though even though we started out with 7 viewers, we were still near the top, and we could get discovered more because people don't have to scroll down really far.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting up to a average of like 20, and it was incredible. And I've always tried to not go back to very popular games because of that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, these games are really fun, but at the same time, we don't grow as much, and you kind of have to find a good balance, for your stream.
Yeah.
And I think for us, it was the lower populated games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I was just gonna say, and then we jumped into the forest.
Yeah.
Have you played that game?
No, I've watched a ton of people actually like play it. That, and what's the other one? There's another like wild game where you're like basically surviving. Those type of games I feel like they do well because people are like, are they gonna die? Are they gonna
Exactly.
die? Are they gonna
Yeah.
like they wait for it? Like, I played Subnautica for 2 weeks. I played Subnautica, and now I'll tell you right now, scares the ever living crap out of me because I don't like I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
underwater. I'm not a fan of underwater at all. And then you got these like giant beasts like swimming behind you. You're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go crap myself real quick. I'll be back. BRB screen going up right now. Like, bye. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like those games. What did you find worked well for you in the forest?
I think that was when we actually implemented the dual stream setup where you could see my screen, Emmy's screen, and both of our webcams at the same time, and sort of like a quad split setup.
Mhm.
So I think that really worked well for that type of game because you could see Emmy and I working together to build our fort to fight off these zombies, and on top of all the intense horror features of the game. It was just a really nice, enjoyable experience.
Hmm.
Um, that and that's one of those games that has a really tight niche community
Hmm.
based around it. Like people who play that game either absolutely love the game or they freaking hate it and don't watch it. But the people who do watch the game on Twitch, they love it. They're diehard fans and they love watching people play the game. And when they saw Emmy and I playing the game, they ate it up, and it was fun. It was awesome.
Um, so okay, so what got you guys started with the like what were you doing when you figured out this whole dual streaming thing? Because that in itself blows my mind. That's you know, I've seen a couple of people do like dual streaming things, but it's not to the extent of where you're seeing one whole screen on this, one whole screen on this, and you're seeing both camera angles. What made you think that was the way to go on this?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm always trying to find things that separates us from other channels. And I knew there were other dual stream channels out there, but a lot of people have green screen setups where someone's on the right side and the other person's on the left side, and you can only see one person's screen at a time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that because Emmy and I, we have a lot of banter. People often, associate with us with like an older age married couple because we argue so much about games, and it's funny. And I wanted people to see both of our reactions at the same time, but also both of our reactions within the game at the same time.
Absolutely.
And I had thought about getting someone to develop some code to where it would auto switch between our screens and stuff like that, but that's just too much. I wanted people to see our screens all at the same time, and I felt like the quad split was the best way to go. But I have also toyed with the idea of going to a green screen route and having. Have you ever seen the ultra wide monitors? They're like
Yeah.
the aspect ratio is like 46-1 or something. I don't know. They're super wide.
Yeah, yeah.
But basically, I did the math, and if she was playing on one of those and I was playing on one of those, you could see her screen on the top half of the screen and my screen on the bottom half,
Yeah.
and we could just have a green screen version of me on the bottom and a green screen version of her on the top, and
Yeah.
you would have more view of the gameplay,
Yeah.
and still see us at the same time. But that's a really expensive
Yeah.
addition to the stream. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I just wanted to make sure everybody could see all of our gameplay at the same time. And I think it's worked out really well. So far, we've only had a few people come in and be like, yeah, I wish the game were bigger. But, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like our stream is so community and chat interactive based that I feel like sometimes it's a lot less about the gameplay for us and more about the interaction with chat.
Absolutely.
And it kind of worked out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that some people, if you're my big thing with streaming in general is that if you are super good at a video game, lean into that. But if you're
Right.
if you're craptastic at a video game, and that would be me. There's only a couple games that
Same.
I'm like I can say like I'm pretty good at. I lean into those games and say, I'll play those and be heavy in those. But otherwise, I'm going to be as community driven as possible and talk as much as possible because I got to fill the dead air of me like getting my butt kicked at Fortnite or getting my butt kicked in whatever. If you play me in if you watch me play Assassin's Creed, I try to play it as if I'm the character, so it fills the silence. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And I like the fact that since you guys it's both you and Emmy on stream, you guys can talk to each other. So it's always giving you guys something to talk about. It's never
Exactly.
It's never like, oh, okay, so this is some dead air right here. Like it's very nice to at least have one other person to just be like bounce off ideas. And sometimes you guys have three. I did see a clip where it was three computers all set up, which is there was one person that was behind Emmy.
Oh yeah.
And that
was our friend Shutter.
I was like, man, that's a hell of a setup. Like that in general is nuts.
Yeah. No, he's actually to my right playing Call of Duty right now.
Okay. So when it comes to trying to like show off, because you were saying that you guys put out a lot of stuff like on social media and whatnot. What are some strategies that you've used to kind of get yourself noticed along with the high content or the high graphic content? What are some other strategies you try to use?
Asking questions is a really big one because it gets people to respond to your post. And I don't do it that often because I don't like doing it. Because I only want to ask questions when I actually want to know the answers. I hate people who just ask questions just to get people to interact with your post.
Yeah.
But it is a marketing technique that works, and it's been proven to work every time. It's like, uh, I love this game. Have you guys played it before? If so, what was your favorite part? Stuff like that, and then post a picture with it with your Twitch link. It works. People interact with it. It bumps your post up, and more people see it.
Yeah.
More people click on your link. It works. But for me, um, I since I've always been a really techie guy, both software and hardware based. Um, I always try to be as flashy as possible because I can,
Yeah.
I've got the skill to do it. So I try to use it as much as I can to promote our stream because that's kind of what our stream is based off of, as you can tell. I mean, we try to make it as visually appealing as possible. So I make sure all of my posts are either accompanied by a flashy video, a flashy photo, or some sort of cool graphic. But
Absolutely.
other than that, man, I mean, asking questions and um, that's really all that I've figured out, unless there's
Yeah.
something I don't know yet.
No, yeah, the biggest thing I think for trying to get yourself noticed, I think is like you said, trying to have the most flashy or the most appealing
Right.
looking stuff. I also think it's people like to do the whole spamming of like hashtags, and I don't
Oh,
really.
yeah.
I like at one point I was like, oh, hashtag this, hashtag this. I do that for like my photography because I want people to see the photography more. But when it comes to like the going live posts, those aren't for me to get noticed. Those are for me to just tell my community, hey, I'm going live.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
so I started to cut down on how many hashtags I use. I use maybe one or two instead of like 14. There's no reason for 14 hashtags underneath your post. People aren't paying attention to that.
Yeah, I've actually heard that on Twitter and Instagram. Well, no, not Instagram, just Twitter.
Mhm.
If you have more than 2 hashtags, you're a lot less likely to be discovered.
Really?
Just what I heard. I haven't that hasn't been proven, but that's what I've heard.
No, I
So
mean
something to consider.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the big thing that the big mistake that people have is that they just use Twitter and Instagram and Facebook to just post their like going live posts, and I hate that. I think that's
Oh, yeah.
if I go to your Twitter and all I see is go live, go live, go live, go live,
Mhm.
like I'm gonna click
Why
off
would
your
I follow you?
yeah, I'm gonna click off your Twitter. I don't want to see that spam. Um, I'll just follow your channel and hit the notification button. That's all I can do.
Right.
But I love when I see people on Twitter like, oh hey, what's up with you guys? Oh, I got my dog today and I'm hanging out with my dog. Like, oh cool, you have a dog? What kind of dog do you have? Like
Yeah.
it like it goes back to your whole thing of like asking questions. You ask a question or you post a really cute picture of your dog or your cat. Guess what? You're gonna get more interaction than just like, I'm going
Mhm.
live today, guys. Guess what? Like we all know you're going live. Thank you.
It also builds relationships, and I think that's the
Absolutely.
most important thing about building a community around your channel. Social media should be used to stay social,
Yeah.
with your community.
Yeah.
And yeah, asking questions and being involved with your community and just posting things other than I'm going live will definitely help your channel out tremendously.
Absolutely. I think there's a really good um so it was Gary Vaynerchuk, he runs like one of the top companies in New York right now, and it's a what is it, advertising company, but his
Right.
whole thing is that he said use the 120 rule. You have 120 cents. It's 2 cents per post. You go into 60 posts and you comment something meaningful, not just like, oh that's cool, but go into something and comment something meaningful to each post, that gets you interacting with other people, and it gets your name out there, and people will remember, oh, Slarxy said, oh, I really like your setup on your stream. Oh, let me go check out his stuff. Oh, he's got a stream too. Cool. That's pretty awesome. And then
Right.
and then it's natural because people are very what's the word? They're very curious. If they see someone post something, whenever someone likes something of mine, I go instantly to their channel or to their
Yep.
to their to their Twitter, and I check what their Twitter looks like. Oh, you're a streamer too? Cool. Let me go follow you, and I'm gonna go check out your stuff because I really want to see your stuff later on. I might not be
Yeah,
able to catch.
exactly.
I might not be able to catch your stream, but heck, I'm gonna try to catch your posts so I can comment back and stuff. That's a big thing. Um,
Yeah, I do the same exact thing, honestly.
so what would you say? I'm gonna jump back a little bit. What would you say has been the most memorable moment of your streaming career so far?
Oh man. I think the moment that our stream just randomly decided to fund Emmy's brand new computer. Like, I wish you could have seen the computer she was gaming on until a couple months ago. It literally looked like a freaking trash can. It was awful. It was old. It was dusty. It barely ran anything. And then one day, chat was just like, someone donated and was like, "Hey, here's $2. Everyone, let's fund Emmy a new computer." And dude, it just kept coming and coming and coming, and the love was overwhelming.
That's
Like,
awesome.
we didn't ask for it. We don't have donation goals. We've never been believers in that, and it just happened. And we knew at some point we were going to invest. We were going to take the money that we've earned from Twitch
Hmm.
and invest into Emmy's new computer. But the community just surprised us and just gave us all this love, and it left us speechless. And still to this day, it blows my mind. That computer right there was completely funded by those guys.
That's
I don't know what to say about it.
no, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's it's like it makes you go, okay, this is real. Like people, you know, really enjoy us enough that they're going to help us keep this going live. Like the
Right.
I never ask anyone to donate. Even if someone donates 10 bits, like, or a bit, 1 bit, I freak out because I'm just like, that's nuts.
Same.
You didn't have to do that. You took your money where you watched a stupid ad and you donated your money to me. Like, well, I love you for that. Thank you so much. Like, you don't. Yeah, I remember the very first time I ever had a donation. It was one. It was just $1, and the guy wanted me to do something in Skyrim. He gave me like a code to put in, and it like rained sweet rolls on me. And I was like, that's the stupidest thing ever. But I remember it, and that was like 3.5 years ago. Like,
Wow.
right. It's like,
Yeah.
it blows your mind, and then you're like, oh wow. Like, you remember that, and you're like, it really did happen. Holy shit. Like, what I mean? And yeah, it's just it's humbling, I think that's the big
Oh
thing.
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the fact that people care about us so much enough to, do that for us is just unreal. And I still haven't quite um, come to terms with it. Like, it's just so bizarre to me that people will want to be a part of our lives in that regard. And it's just so cool.
I love that. I love that. So um I'm reading down my questions real quick.
You're good.
The big thing with the dual streaming, who started the idea?
It was all me.
Yeah.
uh, getting Emmy to stream wasn't hard. It was just like, hey, you want to stream with me? I mean, we game together already. Like, you want to stream?
Yeah.
And it was like a couple days, and she's like, I don't know. And then it just kind of happened, and it just snowballed from there. But
I like it.
yeah, it was my idea.
I like it. I like it. So the other question I was going to ask with the whole dual streaming thing, is there times where like she'll want to go live but you don't want to, or you'll want to go live but she doesn't want to, and how do you guys kind of like work with that?
Yeah, there was actually a time period during the summer where uh, I either wanted to go live and she didn't, or opposite. And we actually started streaming off schedule because of that. Like, during the weekend, we would stream the dual stream setup, and then during the week, she would do some ASMR stuff because she's really into that.
Hmm.
Um, and then I would do my own thing, and that was when I started like doing digital drawing. I started doing stuff like that, and it went really well for
Yeah.
a while there until we both got jobs and we couldn't stream as much anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's kind of how we combated that.
No, I like that. And the whole dueling streaming thing, you guys like with Shutter, you guys invite Shutter to stream with you instead of ME streaming with you or stuff like that, and you guys kind of work it that way as well to use the dual streaming, but
Oh yeah.
in a different respect. I like that.
Yeah,
Um,
no, and I kind of want to keep doing that. I think that'd be really cool. Like if the stream grows a little bigger, I think it'd be really cool to have guest streamers on and stream with me and we play games. Because as you can tell, Emmy's got a new job now, and she
mhm,
works a lot, so we see a lot less of her these days. But I'd like to fill that gap somehow because I think that is a big thing of that separates our stream from other streams, and I'd like to kind of capitalize on that and invite other streamers to come in and game with me and
yeah.
be a part of the dual setup. You know.
Yeah, I like that. And I also I see. I'm pretty sure that's your drum set in the background. Uh,
Oh yeah, it's my electric kit.
I like it. I like it. Have you? Did you kind of just like introduce that like like mid last year, or have you always been using that?
This kit actually got during Black Friday, so I just introduced that to the stream, and I did
Nice.
like one or two drum streams, and they went really well. And I wanted to do them again, but one of my dogs chewed up one of the cables, so I got to
Oh.
wait to buy a new cable set. So,
Uh,
but yeah, I've played drums most of my life, and I just recently picked it back up after a couple year break. Um, so yeah, I picked it back up in November, and
mhm.
now we're here. I want to do more drum streams though, for sure, because everyone seemed to like that a lot.
Yeah, I like the. I'm a huge proponent in the fact that if you like, I like watching video games, right? But
Right.
watching stuff like creative streams or music streams, stuff that I know for a fact I cannot do, is 10 times more enjoyable for me because I think that it's something you're like, wow, this person's got like 20 times more talent than I will ever have. And I'm just like, I sit there in awe, like mouth open, like, holy crap. Like, is this really going on? Like, I think that's something that should definitely be capitalized on. I think you guys could
Oh
definitely
yeah.
use that in all like even in gaming streams.
Right.
Try use it for Emmy's in the bathroom. All right, let me do a quick drum solo and back to stream. And I think
No, yeah, I think that'd be tight.
I think that's now the one question I do kind of have for those drums: are they? Does the sound route straight through the computer where you can only hear it, or how does that work?
So I use this mixer right here,
Mhm.
and I go directly out of the drum kit through my laptop to run through Logic so I can get the right drum sounds that I want, and then out of my laptop I go into one of my inputs here. So yeah, when Emmy's on this side of the room and we're gaming, she can't hear my voice, but I
Okay.
can hear my voice and I can hear her voice because
Okay.
she's sending me her mic signal.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so if I were to plug my drums in here, I can hear the drums, but so if she was streaming over there, she wouldn't be able to hear it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
so,
a cool setup.
it's very like it's very high tech I was when I was in college I did a lot of theater with different like MIDI boards and stuff like that because I was a sound designer. So
Oh, nice.
the level in which I want to get back to with my stream, I just ordered what is it called, the Go XLR, just to kind of upgrade my
Right.
sound design in my stream because it's just like a I just have a mixer. I have a small, it's just a little box mixer, nothing crazy. And I think that it's good, I guess, but it's $35 and I wish I would have gone bigger in the
Right.
beginning. But
Yeah.
now I can kind of afford to do it to upgrade everything. Um so when it came to starting up, I saw your guys' post the last year to now your streaming room. When you guys started up, was it just your computer that you had and then you added an Emmy's computer and all that stuff? How did it work out for you guys?
Oh yeah. So I've always had my little gaming studio set up.
Mm,
But when we started gaming together, I got her, or I gave her my old computer. That's why it was so old and decrepit, because it was my old one
gotcha.
that I didn't use anymore. And I just kind of I got her a small little desk from IKEA and some dumb monitors, some cheap monitors for her to use. And yeah, I mean that was it. And for a while there, I think we actually streamed where you could just see me.
Mhm.
Now that I think about it. Hmm. But yeah. We That's how I introduced it. I just gave her my old computer.
I like it.
Yeah.
So with the whole like dual streaming, does it seem like there's a lot of people that come in that are couples that watch you, or does it seem like it's just still like people that are hang out by themselves watching stream?
Well, we do have couples that come in sometimes,
Mm.
and they really admire what we do. And I'd love to network with them and like play some games with them. I'd love to set up a double date. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
haven't gotten the chance of doing that. But most time it's just people curious coming in, checking out to see what we do.
yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
With the whole, because I think that it would be very interesting to see, like you said, like the double dating thing, and with the whole what's it called, they have the coming out the stream squads or squad streams, whatever they're calling it now
Oh, the
for
multi-stream setup thing.
right. Yeah, I think that would be, it
Oh,
would work out because it would be very weird to see. Oh, well, not weird, but it'd be very interesting to see the having both you guys up on the same screen.
right.
I think that you guys could actually work that pretty well. Um,
I forgot about that. I forgot they were implementing that into Twitch.
yeah,
Huh.
who knows when they actually do it though?
Yeah.
They'll implement it by next
One day.
yeah, next TwitchCon hopefully. Um, but speaking of TwitchCon, are you going to TwitchCon this year? Are you guys
Uh, I want to really, really bad. Last year, or last one, rather, it wasn't a year ago, but last one, I wanted to go so bad, but my sister had a wedding that weekend, and it just wasn't responsible for me to ditch the wedding and go to TwitchCon.
so,
But this year, I'm making a point to go. I need to go. I've never been to a con in general, so I think it'd be a really cool experience for me. So
it'll
I definitely have to go.
it'll be interesting to see you guys there. I've gone. I went last year and the year before, and they're extremely fun. I'll tell you right now, it's probably the best networking you'll ever get because the people are
Yeah.
right there. You'll meet people that you probably have hung out with like on stream and stuff like that, and it's mind blowing. I'll tell you that right now. Like I think that I did the first year I did vlogs every time I was like every day, and it was interesting, but it was good content. I think that
Right.
you guys could kind of capitalize on that. Since you're not on stream, that's why I kind of tried to like migrate people to the YouTube and say, hey, check out the YouTube. It's got vlogs on there, and it's got vlogs of the whole TwitchCon and the whole experience, everything A to Z. It was the first time I ever flew on a plane, so that was
Oh man.
it was
How'd you do?
I held my breath the entire way up. We stabilized, and I was like,
Oh gosh.
I was,
Yep.
and it was a direct flight, so it was like 5.5 hours in the air, and I'm just like,
Jeez.
what am I doing? What am I doing? What do I do? Yeah, it was a really weird experience for me. And then like this year, I did connecting flights, so it wasn't bad. Like it was just I sat in an airport for forever and a day, so that was okay.
Right.
Um, I do have to say, if you go to con, make sure that you have plenty of like hand sanitizer and just
Oh yeah, I bet.
just continually like in the corner like this. Like, no, I don't want to touch you. Leave me alone. Like,
Right.
I'll hug you once I put sanitizer on. Please leave me alone.
Right.
There was people that had masks on and stuff like that, so that because
Oh
people.
really? It was like that serious?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
there's a couple of partnered streamers that I saw that had like the masks on and everything, so that they wouldn't get sick because they got I mean it's their job. They
Yeah.
I was like, it's that serious? Okay, well I'm gonna go pick up a mask or something. Jeez.
Yeah.
But no, it's great.
Is
Go-
sorry. Is there a bunch of people just like handing out their business cards and stuff?
Oh yeah,
Huh.
oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Here's the thing with me with the business cards is I hand out business cards to people. Last year I was more selective on who I gave my business cards to because I just wanted to network more deeply.
Right.
The first year it was literally like trading cards. It was like, oh, you got a business card? I have a business card. Oh, you have a business card? I have a business card. Like it's that.
Right.
And I think with you guys and your branding, I think it'll work out well for you guys because you'll have something that pops, something that's very unique. that works, and people can be like, wow, this is a really nice business card. Like, I'm sure they care deeply about their stream, and it's not just some BS that they made at Staples. um
Right.
you know. But I recommend Vistaprint or PS Print. They're two
Okay.
pretty decent companies. Check them
Right.
out. They give out like super big discounts on business cards and stuff like that. Um, so in 2019, do you see you guys stream growing as fast as it did last year?
No, not
No.
at all. Actually, I think we've kind of hit a point
Mhm.
where like we over the summer we were pushing 40 something average, close to 50, and it was going really well. I don't know. I've only been streaming for a year, so I don't know how Twitch works completely just yet.
Yeah.
But it's winter now, and it feels like a lot of that has fallen off. And I don't know if that's because of school,
Oh yeah.
or maybe people have just lost interest in us, or I don't know what it is. But as of right now, I feel like we've kind of hit a spot, which is a sweet spot for me. I'm happy where we're at. Like, I'm
Yeah.
totally content with our community. But I don't really see us growing as fast as we did when we first started streaming, because when we first started, we would get 150 followers a night.
Yeah.
New people were coming in all the time, and now it seems like lately it's hard to get new people in. And I don't know if that's Twitch algorithm or what.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is, but so far that's what it just seems like we're kind of irrelevant now,
Yeah.
which I'm okay with.
I think the big thing is yeah, like you touched on the point. School, people are going back to school, so there's a lot of
Right.
people who are like, they'll watch stream, but they might not interact as much because they're in the middle of doing homework, or they're in the middle of doing a project or
Yeah.
something. And I'm okay with that. Like, my whole thing with Twitch is that the best time to push for something, like, partner, or just, general goals, as a streamer, is during those times where they're going to be off. Anytime that your community, like, summertime, like spring break, stuff like that, I think that's
Yep.
your best time to just be like, all right, this week is going to be like a hardcore stream week. We might add an extra day just to accommodate for the people that are back from school, and just plan for it. I think that's a definitely viable viable answer to the whole thing. I've been on platform for 3 years now. I took a break, and in that break time, it was just me, like, sitting there and going, "What did I do wrong? Like, what's going on?" Because I had decent growth, and then I stopped having growth, and I was like, "Is it me? Did I do something wrong? Like, did I say something wrong?" Like, I was like looking back at old posts, like, hopefully I didn't say something stupid that might have pissed someone off, or I don't know.
Right.
It could be anything. And yeah, it's just I think the biggest thing is just keep at it. You guys are pushing. I think the other thing is that the communities that I like, are you part of the Twitch community on Facebook, right? The
Yeah.
Twitch.tv streamers. I think
Yep.
that the community on there is good. It's just that I think that they don't harness their collective community ability as much as I think they should. I think that's my big thing with them, is that there's certain times where you'll see like a huge influx of people talking, and then, like, you'll get on stream, and there won't be anyone talking in those streams because everyone's streaming. It's a streaming community. Everyone's talking about streaming, but everyone's streaming at those times. So
Right.
I think that's a big thing. I just
You know,
go for it.
sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, man.
No, you go for it. You go for it.
I someone told me recently, and it kind of struck a mark with me. So, like, they said that you can be a part of all these Facebook streaming groups all you want, but the reality is all of them are streaming. All of them are trying to do the same thing that you're doing. If you want to build and grow an audience, your audience that you want to attract is on Twitch in other people's streams. And
Yeah.
they weren't saying, go in their streams and be like, hey, come to my channel, but go to other people's streams and talk. Like,
Yeah.
just hang out with other streamers, and game with other streamers. And in turn, their audience will check you out, your audience will check them out, and it's a mutually beneficial system, and
Absolutely.
that really hit me. And I don't know why I'd never realized that, but it made me realize, why am I posting in these Twitch streamer groups when everybody's a streamer? No one's going to check out my channel.
Yeah.
They want me to check out theirs, you know?
Yeah. I started doing this, and I'm not, so my whole thing is like, and I told you this, my outside life and my on stream life, I've separated them for the most part. But the one thing that I started doing was I started taking my posts from my Facebook page and reposting them on my actual like Facebook page. Um,
Hmm.
and I don't, I for a long time I never did that just because I didn't really know how people would react to it. But it's funny to see how many people come up to me at work and say, "So you streamed?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And, like
Yep.
I repost videos of me dancing for Just Dance 2019, and I have no joke every day one person come up to me, "You dance?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I dance." And they're like,
Yep.
"Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I do. Like I love doing it. It's fun." They're like, "And you do it online?" Like they're so baffled because they're like older guys and they're like,
Right.
"But, but
They don't get it.
why?" And I'm like, "Listen, just come watch it one time. You'll understand it once you watch it." And they're like, "Okay." And then they come watch it and they're like, "That was really weird, but it was kind of cool." I'm like, "I know, right? Like you should check it
Yeah,
out
it's a
more
unique
often."
experience.
Yeah, it's I think YouTube videos are cool, but like if you can like interact with the person who's cooking a meal right there as they're talking, like binging with Babish on YouTube, he cooks meals. But if he did that on Twitch where he could interact with his community, holy crap, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Those people are like, "What are you making?" "Oh, I want to make it with you." And do it just like that, like a cooking show. I think that's untapped
I'm surprised he
potential.
hasn't done that yet.
Right. Right. And
Yeah.
I think Twitch, you guys listening? Twitch, hello. You guys, if you guys are listening, get binging with Babish and then help me get to him. Please. Thank you. I want to talk to him.
Please.
Please and thank you. Awesome. All right. Anyways, hopefully they were listening. Probably not. It's okay. Um,
Maybe, you never know, man.
you never know. I do want to jump onto this subject because this you had posted a couple of posts about this, and I want to ask you about this. RTX Stream On. Can you give me a little explanation on that?
Yeah, it's a contest that Shutter and I just found out about literally the day before it closed. It's just an opportunity to be a part of a competition where three well-known streamers on the Twitch platform will mentor you and help you be a better streamer. And NVIDIA will give you a streaming and gaming system to stream on. And on February 8th, 9th, or 10th, everyone, the three finalists of the competition will stream, and whoever gets the most followers gets a huge package
Nice.
of just awesome gear
Nice.
and 20 RTX graphics cards to give away to their community. Yeah, there's a lot to it.
What?
Um, yeah, I know,
What?
right?
Wow.
And surprisingly, not a lot of people, at least to my knowledge, not a lot of people submitted, which is kind of weird. But they should be announcing the finalists on Friday, and we'll see what happens from there. We're really crossing our fingers because I think for both of us, Shutter and I, we've been friends for a while and lately been streaming a lot together. We think it will really catapult both of our channels
Yeah.
into success, and that's what we're really, really counting on.
Yeah, no, I love that. I was like, cause with the growing success of Stream On, the Twitch edition, seeing RTX do a Stream On version is very cool because it's something that when Stream On first started, I was like, this is kind of weird. Like, this is kind of an odd thing.
Wait, Stream On's a thing outside of RTX?
Yeah, so Stream On was a competition that they did on Twitch originally, um,
Really?
last
Oh.
year, and it was basically there was like 1,000 people that submitted their stuff. Or it was like 2,000 people that submitted their stuff, and there was 10 finalists, and those 10 people competed against each other every week for different things, and then the very end, the person that won $60,000 over a full year is actually a buddy of mine and a guy that I interviewed like months beforehand, named Wavy, um, and he won $60,000 for a year. And so it's like incremental checks or whatever. And then he gets to go to Twitch Studios, and they basically help him revamp his whole stream from like top to bottom and all this. I was like the amount of doors that open for people, that
Yeah.
even the second, third place people in that was ridiculous. Like the amount of stuff that, and so they're looking at doing season 2 very soon, hopefully. And it's just, there was some partnered streamers, there were some affiliated streamers, and people were just, helping each other out, trying to work it, and it sounds like RTX is doing basically the same thing, and I love it. I love the idea of it because it promotes competition. It promotes people going at something for a goal, and it drives a point home that this is not just, video games, you know.
Right.
And
It also gives smaller streamers an opportunity that they wouldn't normally get, like
absolutely,
because of the oversaturation of the platform. For someone, it's so hard to find good streamers, And
absolutely,
let's say a good streamer submits to this RTX Stream On challenge, and they become a finalist. That's an opportunity for them to get out there in the world, and I think there needs to be more contests like that
yeah.
to find these great channels out there that necessarily won't be discovered on their own.
Yeah, I think that if the stream squads thing starts up before the RTX stream on thing goes on,
Right.
I think that it would be beneficial for them to do the finalist stuff on stream squads, so that
That would be cool.
all
Yeah.
three would be on the screen at the same time. You can just click to
Yeah.
their channel and then follow them if you want. And I think that would be, it would definitely drive, because you could take that and put that on the front page. Like
Oh yeah.
you could front page that easy then. Um
Right.
I mean, I wish the best for you, because that's kick ass. Like
Thanks,
that's,
man.
I think that's it's definitely, it only takes one time, only takes one thing. It could take one tweet, it could take one Instagram post, one time where a big name hosts you, or it's sometimes, you don't want to say it, but sometimes it is a lucky thing. You were just lucky that
100%.
someone
Yeah.
someone saw you and they're like, I really like his content, I really like what he's doing, and I really like where I can see his like trajectory hitting this at this point. I want to help him. Let's help him. Like it's not a
Yeah.
lot of people do that.
Yeah. I've always said that the entertainment industry as a whole is who who
Mm,
knows you, and 50% of that is just luck on whether or not you're going to succeed. And that's the cold hard truth. You could have a great stream and content, but unless on Twitch, at least, unless you get hosted by someone or you're a part of a big contest
yeah,
or you're in the right place at the right time, you're not going to be discovered, and it
right,
sucks, but
right.
it's the reality.
I think the biggest thing is, for anyone that's out there that wants to stream, I think the biggest thing is just keep at it, because
Of course,
you,
yeah.
you can't, like, I use this equation, or this analogy, that, let's say Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn was a famous actress in her time. Okay, but her time has moved on, and now there's famous actresses that have filled her spot, and they're the most famous actors of their time.
Yeah, that's
Lyric's
a good
been,
way to put it about it.
Lyric's been on the platform for however long, and Dan's Gaming and Ninja and all these big names. But their time will come where they're just like, you know what? I'm gonna hang this up. I'm gonna be an analyst. I'm gonna do something else, whatever. And at that point, there's an open spot. There's an open spot. You have to just be there and ready to take it. Like
Yep.
that's the biggest thing. And I think that people don't get that. They just see the big names. They're like, I'm never gonna make it there. You don't know that. You know,
Right.
it might.
And the more you stream and the more you're on the platform, the more likely you are to be discovered,
Right. Do you know the whole thing with being on stream all the time? When you started off, did you start off the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or did you guys have a different type of schedule going on?
I actually don't know. I remember streaming a lot though.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I think we did kind of limit it to weekends, but it was never set in stone.
Yeah.
Until about like a couple months later when we finally released like an actual a schedule
Yeah.
where it was I think we actually started doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. So we were
Okay.
streaming one extra day than we usually do.
Okay.
But then we had to dial it back a bit because it got too much when I started working,
Yeah.
and now we're here.
No, I like that. I originally started off, I was doing 6 to 7 days a week, 8 hour streams every single day. And
Wow.
I was getting home from work at 4 p.m., getting on stream by 5:30, getting off the stream by 2 a.m., waking up, doing it all over again. And I did it every single day.
Gosh, I don't know how you do that, man. Wow.
I did that for a year, burned out, and I burned out hard. It was like a crash and burn. And I just basically walked away from it for 6 months. I put up my
Right.
I put up my headphones and said, I'm done with this. I can't do it because I couldn't function as a human being and work and do all this other stuff and still want to be on stream. I was so burned out that I was like sitting there like this, like, yes, I'm playing video games. Yep, I'm here. Like, it was so boring to watch, and I wish,
Right.
I'm glad that I stopped doing that. But now I've set up where I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that's it. 7:30 to whenever I finish, and whenever I finish, it could be 3 hours. I knock out a 3 hour stream. Go, with these dancing streams, it's like 2.5 hours max because that's all I can handle. And it's and then but the other time you allot it to working, contacting people. Like, the podcast doesn't just happen for me. I have to do research. I have to do, I have
Right.
to ask, I have to ask people to come on. I have to email people. It's just, and I think people don't realize that there's a lot of backbone to the whole streaming
Mhm.
thing. It's just not hitting live. Like, it's not. And I wish
No,
that,
not at all.
um
Right.
do you guys have like a set schedule of like, okay, this day I'm going to be working on this before stream starts, like, Wednesday through Thursday I'm going to be working on stream stuff?
No, there's no set schedule, and I wish we did have one because then I think it would benefit us a lot.
Mhm.
I I try my best to at least make one post a day on every social media, whether it's a clip or a new picture or even just me talking
Yeah.
to my community. Um, but other than that, I don't really have anything else that I commit to. I mean, before I go live, I have like a little ritual that I do, and I start an hour early and make sure everything's set up because there's so many elements that goes into our stream. Like we shoot with DSLRs and capture cards, and
Mhm.
there's a lot that can go wrong there. So I try to make sure everything's good to go. I'm ready. All the technical difficulties are out of the way
Yeah.
before we stream. Um, and I have my social media posts all ready to go.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, like there's not much else I do that I strictly stick to every week.
No, and I like that. With my whole thing with posting on social media, it's so hard for me because I'm such a perfectionist on stupid things. Like,
Hmm.
it's like tonight's post just to go live. I went and recorded. I sat here with my phone, recorded the video. I was like, nope, delete. And I did it 10 times before I was like, you know what, this sounds good. I think this is good. All right, I think it's good. And then I hit post and I was like, I could have said this too. Like, damn it. No. Well,
Hmm.
you know what? It's live. It's live. I don't care. It's live. Whatever.
Yep,
At that
I do
point.
the same thing.
And then I think the biggest thing uh people need to do is just hit live. Like, go live and enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
That's a huge thing. That people are like, I got to be the best of this. No, you don't. You could be crappy at a game and guess what? Still have fun.
yeah.
It's not a big deal.
I I think as long as you're having fun, people will watch that. People want to see you having fun because then that affects their lives. That makes them happy, you know?
Yeah.
And it took me a while to accept that on my end too. Like for a while there, I was like, no, we've got to be perfect. We gotta play well. But no, it's not about that. If we're having fun, the audience is having fun, and that's always how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the the thing is, I also tried to be like really good at what game was it when I started? Rocket League. I tried to be like a master at Rocket League. It was not a good idea. It's just I got when you get obliterated by like 10-year-olds, you're like, all right, well, this is the end of my night tonight. Thanks, guys.
Right,
Everyone have a good. I'm gonna go to bed now.
dude. We're so awful at games. I hate it. I wish we were good, man, but we're not. I want to be good at games so bad. You have no idea.
No, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I promise you. I promise you right now, you're probably still better than me. You guys together
I
collectively
don't know, man.
outgame me every day. I promise you. Unless you're playing me in like Super Smash Brothers or like Mario Kart. I'm pretty sure those are only two games
Both of those I'm awful at, so I think you got me.
Yes. Yes, awesome. Sweet. I play a lot of Nintendo games because that's what I like grew up on. So if I don't play those every once in a while, I'm pretty sure I'll have like a screw will go loose in my head. So
Yeah, I just hopped on the Nintendo right. I just got the Nintendo Switch,
mhm.
and I don't have a lot of like Nintendo based games, but I want Smash, I want Mario, I want all the goods, you know.
What
I want to
games?
start getting into that. I got Pokemon,
Okay.
so
Okay, which one do you have?
uh Eevee.
Okay.
Pokemon Go Eevee.
Gotcha. Do you have the Pokemon Go app as well on your phone?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That me and a couple friends actually went out for community day, and that was a freaking blast, dude.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Now how far back did you play like Pokemon? Did you play like Red, Blue? Like what was your game?
No, I mean, when I was a kid, I collected the cards. I
Mhm.
never actually played the game. I never actually watched the show, but
Okay.
I collected the cards for some reason. I think it was because like all my friends collected them too,
Yeah.
and I wanted to feel cool. But other than that, I when Pokemon Go came out on the phone, I started playing that. And I played that pretty religiously for a couple months
Yeah.
actually, and then I put it down until just recently when I got the Switch and I got Pokemon. What's it called? Let's Go. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pokemon Let's Go. It's a fun game. I honestly I play a lot of it off stream because I can't. That's like one of those games where I'm super nostalgic, so I'll sit there and like, oh yeah, I want to build my old team and like I'm like super nitpicky, but I don't want people to watch me do that because I'm so
Right.
like hard on myself. I'm like I could have done this. Like yeah,
That's funny.
I'm real frustrated with the fact that I went out with my brother to play to like go to raids for Pokemon Go, and we got a Groudon. We found one. We found a legendary. We beat it, and I threw all 13 of my Pokeballs and did not catch it, and it ran away. And I like sat there. I sat there so
So
salty.
mad.
I was and the other three people, my brother and the other two people that
Right.
were there, all caught it, and I'm just
Of
like,
course.
I'm like,
It always works like that.
I hate everything that is going on right now. I hate every single thing. You guys are all happy. I dislike all of you. You can just please leave me alone now. And I like the whole ride home. I'm like, why? Why? I wanted him the most. That was my
Right.
favorite legendary, and I couldn't. I was like, you know what? Whatever. I don't care. It's not. I'm not gonna let this ruin my day. I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. It's fine. But yeah, I love Pokemon. Pokemon is like equally as frustrating as it always has been. And I'm okay with that. Like it brings back like that sense of like, let's catch them all. Like yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I wish I was on the Pokemon train when I was a kid, man, because I feel like I'd appreciate it way more. Like I enjoy the game now,
Yeah.
like playing it casually, but I feel like I would just enjoy it way more.
Oh
But
yeah.
oh well.
Did you what did you play when you were a kid mostly?
Well, I started out on the PS2,
Okay.
playing. We had just like a bunch of demos.
Mm,
We never actually had actual games. We just had like a demo disc of a bunch of games, and I think we had Final Fantasy. But the game I played the most was Resident Evil 2,
okay.
and then eventually we got Resident Evil 3, and that's kind of where the horror game thing kind of kickstarted.
I got you.
But yeah,
I like it.
that and then I played Age of Empires on the computer.
Okay. All right.
Have you ever played that? It's an RTS game.
Yeah, I played that. I've played Civilization.
Oh yeah,
I played stuff like that. I played Civilization. What was the other one? Is it Civ? It's like Civ 6, Civ, like those.
yeah.
Yeah, the I played all the. What was I'm trying to think. There's one more that I played. It was just like a world builder, and those are cool. I think those are interesting because they can be fun. They can be fun to like build a whole like either civilization or like a city, like
Right.
or like Sims. Sims is another one. I wish I could get into that, but I don't think I have the patience for that.
Yeah, I used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon too, but I can't play that now.
Yeah.
It was so much fun when I was younger, but now it's just kind of boring.
Yeah, you build up the roller coaster as high as you can. You let it go, and then you pull out part of the track as they're going up. You're like, "Yep, that's what's going to go on today. They're going to launch off. Bye."
Right.
I would take
That's the way
people.
to do it.
Yeah, or you take people with the ordinary yes, and you put them in a hole for like 45 minutes and you let them sit there. Then they fizzle out. They're okay. They're calm. You pull them out of the hole. Now, the ones that are still mad, you dump them into the water on the other side. And that's how you get rid of the horrible people and they don't ever rate your park badly. You guys take my
You sound
advice.
like a pro at this, dude.
Yeah. I spent hours destroying my customers. I'm like, oh, you don't like my park? Okay. Into the pit you go. You know, uh, I want to ask you, what are some things that you'd like to try on stream in this year?
Man, this year, I don't know. I feel like I've done everything I've wanted to do. Like,
Yeah,
um, ultimately, this is something I want to do, but I don't think will ever happen. I really admire. Do you ever watch Swifty?
yeah, yeah.
He has like a 24-hour cam setup.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily want to do that, but I think it would be really cool to break away from gaming and be able to instantly switch to like a living room cam where
Yeah,
we go hang out in the living room or something. I don't know. Something of that level is just so cool to me, and it brings reality TV to a new level. And I kind of want to do that,
yeah.
but
Like a
it's
big,
just an idea I've kind of played around with in my head, never actually thought about physically doing it, but
yeah, like a Big Brother type of deal.
yeah, yeah.
I like
I
that.
don't know.
So you were talking about your DSLRs. I saw that you have was a Sony A7 S2. Is it an S2 or
Yeah.
is it S3? How do
Yeah,
you
it's the Mark II.
how do you like it?
Dude, it's incredible. I shoot a bunch of stuff on it. It basically shoots in the dark. Like
Yeah,
it's an unreal DSLR, man. Like right now, you could barely tell, but I'm shooting at 10,000 ISO, which most DSLRs can't do without having a bunch of noise
yeah,
or grain, as most people know it as.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, but it's crystal clear video, and it's a full frame camera, so that's why it looks so wide.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I love it, man.
I was looking at for my like for photography in general. I'm looking at getting a Sony A7 III. I have the Sony A5000, which I love. I think my A5000 shoots phenomenal pictures as long as I'm staying super still and I'm like in good light.
Right.
And I'm pretty good at compensating for like shit light and stuff like that because I've done it for a decent amount of time now. But I think that upgrade, I want it, but I don't want to pay for it right now. I'm like, so I don't want to pull the trigger, but man, do I want to pull the trigger. Um,
Yeah, it's hard. Is that one that you can change the lens on?
Yep. Yeah, they're all
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, I think that's my biggest thing is I will never ever go back to something where I can't change a lens on it because
Yeah.
it's just so um it's so different. Like I have for the A5000, I have three lenses and each one of them is like one's for portrait, one's for like super long shots and one's just the stock lens that I got with it. And even the stock lens doesn't do horribly. I mean, and it's
Right. Yeah.
that camera's probably like 5 years old, I think now. I think like the brand itself, I think that one's
Mhm.
5 years old. How long have you had that A7?
Freak. I think I bought it in 2015, maybe 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a Craigslist deal.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it was basically brand new when I bought it too, and he included a lens, and I got it for an insanely cheap price, so I
Yeah.
had to buy it.
Yeah, it's where I'm that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm looking for the best price and like waiting and just waiting and waiting and sitting. It sits in my was it my cart on Amazon. I'm just like sitting there
Oh yeah.
like if it drops down $4, I'm buying it. Like that's how much I'm like. But no, I think having a great camera like that, especially shooting for stream, sometimes it can be overkill. But I think for you guys, it works really well because of like you said, like the wide angle works really nicely to have the whole room in the shot.
It's certainly overkill for most channels because a lot of channels they have their webcam really small in the corner,
Yeah,
and at that size, you can't tell what you're looking at. Basically,
yeah,
like the wide angle doesn't matter, the depth of field doesn't matter, the bit rate and all that doesn't matter.
yeah.
But for us, we half of our screen is our camera, so I try to make those as pristine as possible.
Absolutely.
And I go full screen sometimes too, so I like making it look nice and sharp.
Yeah, I was thinking about because when I upgrade from the 5000 to the new one to the A7 III, I'm thinking about getting um either another capture card or something because I have the Elgato like the was the HDS capture card. I was thinking about getting that to use for capturing the. Oh no, it would be the cam link, right? That'd be the cam link.
You can use the HDS.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. It works the same. Basically, it's just turning your input on your graphics card as a I'm sorry, your output into an input.
Gotcha.
Does the same exact thing. But I don't know. I have an HD60. It's an external
Yep.
capture card, and there's some lag. I don't know if the HD60S has lag too. You should look into that. What we use is HD60 Pros, which are
Okay.
internal capture cards that actually sit in our PCI slots in the
Gotcha.
computer. So
Yeah.
it's a direct communication with the computer rather than another HDMI cable to lose some time.
I see, and I was looking at that too. The only problem is I don't know if my computer has another PCIe slot that I can use to run it through. That's the only problem with mine right now. But I like I said, I think that the some people they'll get like the because they see like the big name streamers like, oh, this guy's got the a really nice camera, but then they, like you said, they put their camera in the middle or in the bottom, and it's like no one really knows the difference. Like it doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Yeah, Ninja actually, he just upgraded his setup and he uses a Blackmagic Ursa, I believe, which is like a $6,000 camera. Um, and you can't even tell that's what it is because his camera's so small. I mean, sometimes he goes full screen, but
Lord,
to me, it's just overkill.
just
Yeah,
I wish that's something I just don't get. Like
right.
his whole setup is nuts. There's just too much to me. That's just too much crap to possibly go wrong. Like
Yeah, I think I was a little disappointed with it when I first saw it. Like I expected it to be some grand thing. Like yeah, it's very flashy, but none of it makes sense.
yeah,
Like why does he have an announcement table in his room? Why does he have
I
three
don't know.
monitors behind him with his logo? Like it just doesn't make sense.
Katana says, "Well, he didn't pay for it."
That's
True,
true. Yeah, you're
true.
right.
Thank you, Red Bull. Yeah, if I was sponsored by Red Bull, I would drink Red Bull. I don't drink Monster or any energy drinks, so like that would be a hard sell for me. Like I couldn't be like, "Oh yeah, let me go drink this Red Bull." It would like glug 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 glug. I'm not really drinking it though.
No, yeah, I had a bad event happen to me when I was drinking Monster in college. I chugged one.
Mm,
And I used to drink Monsters all the time, but I chugged one in class and I started getting shaky. I started feeling like I was going to pass out. My heart was beating really fast and it kind of freaked me out, dude. Like I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack.
yeah,
From there on, I have never drank an energy drink because it scared me, dude. Like
yeah.
I did not like that at all.
Yeah, I had similar. My whole thing was I used to work night shifts, so I would drink one as I was walking in the building, and then about halfway through the night, I would drink another one. So I drink two Red Bulls or two Monsters in a night, and I'll tell you right now, after a while, you start to either get immune to it or you like you said, you start shaking a lot. And I couldn't. There was times where I couldn't not drink it because
Right.
I would get massive migraines, and I was just like, you know what? It's not worth it anymore. It's not worth it. Let's just get rid of it. It's done. Because now he drinks mayonnaise. Drink mayonnaise.
Yeah, sometimes chat makes me eat spoonfuls of mayonnaise.
It's all right. It's no big deal. That's a
It's better than freaking Monster, I tell you that.
absolutely
It'll
100%.
wake you right up.
Yes. Nothing better than that tanginess that is mayonnaise. I've also heard mayonnaise is an instrument according to Patrick Starr.
It absolutely is. It's a
100%.
beautiful instrument.
It is. It sounds. It's like the Philharmonic. You didn't know, but obviously there is a jar of mayonnaise that plays in the Philharmonic. Yes.
What?
Yes. Yeah, there is. You don't know it. It's in the background, but they're just like opening and
Oh,
closing
right.
the jar, and that's part of the Philharmonic.
Right.
Um,
Beautiful.
yes, amazing music. So what would you say, if you had to go back in time to your past self? What would be like two pieces of advice that you would give yourself um, about streaming in general?
Um, when you started streaming in 2013 and you brought in 100 viewers a night, you shouldn't have stopped.
That what games were you playing at that time?
I was a World of Warcraft streamer.
At,
Yeah.
how
It was unreal, man. That was when Twitch like first started being a thing too, and I don't really know how I got that big of an audience because I can't replicate it now. No matter how hard I try, I can't. But every single day I look back to that moment, I wonder why the freak did I stop? Like it was
yeah,
awesome. I had so much fun, and I did nothing but just play WoW all the time on no certain schedule.
yeah.
Uh, But yeah, I
I
don't know.
I think the big thing is just, at this point you can't you have to almost be like, all right, well, that was the past. F it, let's keep going. I honestly I wish that I wouldn't have stopped streaming for the 6 months I was off, because yes, it was great to like be able to breathe, but if I would have just like fixed my schedule like I did like recently, I
Hmm.
would have been fine. I would have been absolutely fine. If I would have said, you know what, I'm not doing 6 days a week. I'm going to do 3 days a week, and I'm going to just be a human being for the other couple days. I probably would have been okay, and I might have
Right.
actually like did something with it. But now it's like you have to start building again from like a zero almost, and it's such a hard
Yeah.
sell to people. Like, I'm a bearded streamer. Like, so is there like a million other bearded streamers on Twitch. Like,
Right.
what are some things that you look for um, as a streamer going into other streamers communities? What are some things you look for in their communities?
I honestly, man, I, as you know, I'm very big on chat interaction. I think, if I went to watch someone not talk to chat and just play a video game, I would just play the video game myself. I
Absolutely.
come to Twitch for entertainment and a personality.
Yeah.
Like if I'm watching you, I'm watching you for you. I'm not watching you for the game.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. And if I go into a stream and I'm trying to chat with them and they're not chatting back, or they're not chatting to their viewers, they're not talking at all about the game that they're playing,
Yeah.
I get bored really quick and I leave. And that's just a really big thing for me. But on top of that, being the very visual person I am, I really care about visuals, and a lot of times if your graphics and stuff don't look that hot, I judge immediately. But that's just me being a graphic designer, you know.
No, I like that. My whole thing is if I don't, I, to the whole thing of like being, a sound designer in college and stuff. I like when I hear someone's audio and it's so crisp that I can like hear like
The
every
rumble.
oh my, yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
it makes you feel something. But like if your audio is fantastic and your video is subpar, I'm okay with that. Now if
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
now if it's the other way around and your audio is dog doo doo and I can't hear you and you keep cutting out, but you're shooting on a DSLR, I want to punch you through the screen. I'm gonna come through the screen. I'm gonna just uppercut you, because
Right.
that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I know that a lot of people who watch my streams, they'll leave it open and just do their thing. Like, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go lurk. I'm gonna go like work on some work. Okay, cool. Just listen to
Right.
the soothing voice that is Stay Your Blade. Just keep listening. It's okay. That's why I started
Right.
doing. I think the podcast definitely helps that, because some people, like I said, just, they'll leave it on. They'll go, clean, or they'll go eat dinner. They can listen to it. That's cool. That's cool with me. Like,
Right.
I prefer that. Because you don't always have to look at my ugly mug. It's okay. I'm not gonna be offended. I promise. But Twitch doesn't. They don't keep like your viewer count isn't if they're actually sitting there watching it. It's just if they leave it open. It's okay. It's okay to
Yeah.
not have the greatest looking, camera or
Yeah.
whatever.
Exactly.
What are some things that you see newer streamers doing that kind of gets you riled up?
Like in a bad way or a good way?
Both. You can give me one on each side.
Uh, Newer streamers. I don't really have anything against newer streamers that I don't like. Uh, I guess the I mean, in general, just the follow for follow thing, it never works. And I've seen a lot of people do that. Um, and that kind of irks me. But I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
No, yeah. I
Yeah.
I think that's I don't know, I can say that right now. I definitely did it. I definitely 100% did it.
Oh, I
Everyone,
think everybody has done it at some
yeah.
point. Yeah.
I think that if you don't if you don't get the experience of like doing something that you're like, all right, well, this was really stupid, and then you realize it, then like, okay, you realized it. But like if you're like a person that sits there and is like, oh no, this is working. Like, no, it's not. I'm getting tons of follows. Yes, but are they coming to your stream? Well, no, but
Exactly.
it's like, okay,
Yep.
well, it's not working then. Um,
Yep.
I don't know if you saw on Twitter recently there was a stream team, and I don't a stream community. I wouldn't even call them a team, a community, that was advertising, um, becoming partnered. If you paid $8.99 a month to
Oh, I
them,
saw that.
yeah. What? So what's your
What the
view?
heck is that?
So that's was it sub streamers? It's basically a follow for follow crew. But basically with it was whoever their head is said, um, hey, let's have this, let's try to make some money off this basically. And people are the thing is they're saying like, oh, you're gonna get partnered, but it's partnered through the website, not through Twitch.
Yeah. Right.
So that's where their
That's how
whole,
they get you.
yeah,
Oh
they're
man,
like,
that's so crappy, dude.
yeah, yeah. It's just I don't know how to. I was reading it and I was like, come on, please. I want this to be like an early like, April Fool's joke. I wanted it to be something that was like it really. I honestly knew it wasn't. I knew it was gonna be. It was
Right.
actually like people were really like, oh yeah, this is real. Like no, but that's not how this works, guys. It's not.
Right.
If you pay $8.99, if I paid $8.99 and I became partner today, I, I would have done this years ago. But I didn't because I want to actually work hard at it and enjoy myself doing it. Like if I could just pay my way out of it, what's the point? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the freaking point?
Right.
No, I sat there and I read this tweet and I was like sitting there like
I just don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Like, are people actually paying them?
you know what? I don't know.
I hope not.
I actually want to contact the head of that organization and say, okay, so I want you to tell me like the breakdown of like who decided this $8.99 was worth it, because I want to know.
Right.
Like I want to, and I kind of want names because I kind of want to go to the channel and be like, what happened? Why did you do this? What?
Exactly.
You could take that $4.99 out of that $8.99. You can sub to me, and then you can gift another, another person, another one to my channel, and that's $8.99 worth it. Or you can go to like Subway, get two footlongs.
Now you're thinking
two footlongs for the same price, and guess what? You still might have like 99 cents left over. I'm just letting you guys know this. You can also get a cookie with that $8.99. Like, come on, guys. $8.99 is
a lot you can do with that money.
Yeah, like you could put some gas in your tank. Like, come on, it's something else. Anything else, please. I just it almost hurt me that people were they decided that was an okay idea. It was. I think that people are taking advantage of the people that are new and saying, "Oh yeah, these guys they'll pay it. They're kids. They'll pay it." Like, don't take that mentality, please. Like that's just not that, because it makes the right. It's like one bad apple is going to spoil the whole bunch for us.
Yep. I really hope people aren't falling for that, because that would be really awful.
Yeah. No, and
Gosh.
I that's why I commented on it, and people were commenting like, anyone that thinks it's a good idea, do not do this, please. Just don't do this.
Right.
So
Right.
I hope that deterred people from going and paying for it. I really do.
Right.
Sorry, I had to get some tea. Otherwise, I'm dying over here. My new lights are so bright that it makes me thirsty every like 30 seconds. I'm not kidding.
It dries you out
horrible.
like the sun.
Yeah, and I have like a fan running in here, so I'm like I'm either my eyes are watering or I'm thirsty, and then like in an hour from now I'm in the bathroom every 10 minutes. I'm like, oh please, this is the life of a streamer, guys. It's glamorous. It's super glamorous.
What are you running? soft boxes or something?
Yeah, 2 soft boxes, with LEDs. They're LED soft boxes. They're super nice, actually. I got them on sale on Amazon for, like, $99 for the
Right.
2, and they're really, really
Huh.
nice, and they're not super hot in here. Like, it used to be, oh my gosh, I used to have 4 lights in here, a fan running on high, like, I couldn't breathe in this room, and now it's a little bit better, but I'm also wearing a hoodie, and I'm kind of a big guy. I don't know if you can tell, I'm a large individual, so, like, I sweat waking up in the morning. Like, there's no
Same here. Don't worry. You're not alone.
uh, but yeah, that's basically that. So I wanna ask you some things that you would like to do um for uh advertising that you haven't done yet. Um like, is there some ideas that you've bounced around in your head that you want to throw out that could work or that you've been trying to implement and just haven't thrown up yet?
No, I've tried everything. I literally feel like I've tried everything.
Yeah.
But I want to do more paid promotion. I
Okay.
have done paid promotion in the past
Mhm.
and it's worked well. Like
Okay.
when we first started streaming, I posted something and I did a paid advertisement
Yeah.
and it worked out so well. Brought new people to the channel. And then I did it a couple times more. It worked well, but not nearly as well as the first time. And I've kind of stopped since then. But I know with right targeting, which I need to do a lot of more research on,
Yeah.
you can really catapult your business and brand. So I want to do more of that,
Yeah.
and I want to take uh, what I'm earning on my real job and put that towards the promotion of the channel. And I think I want to do more video based ads. And I don't know exactly what the content would be or
Yeah.
anything, but I know that's something I need to do, really.
I can tell you this, and this is from just kind of some of the research I've already done. Um, Facebook's real. They heavily want live video on their platform, or not live, but native video on their platform. So if you have a video and you like upload it to their to Facebook, they will promote the crap out of that and make sure that it's at the top of the listings. That's something that I've
Right.
I've kind of noticed. I've also done the like paid promotions and stuff on Instagram. Instagram is really phenomenal with like getting your posts out as long as you follow their little bit of guidelines. And then the only thing with Facebook is that they don't like any songs that are like copywritten. They will completely shut that down, and that's the
Right.
only
Yeah.
shit part. um i think that's that's untapped potential. I think Facebook's like pay promotion is super untapped right now, and no, not a lot of people are doing it, and I think that's a great idea. I
No,
definitely do.
yeah, when I did paid ads, everyone who commented were like, "Wow, streamer is promoting like Facebook ads. Like, what? This is crazy."
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people aren't doing it, and when people do see a streamer uh, having advertisements on Facebook, they interact with it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the big thing is that it's jumping on it early, 100%, because
Hmm.
if you don't jump on it now, in a year, let's say even 6 months from now, the amount of money it is going to cost to get in front of even one set of eyes is going to be another 10 cents or something like that. So jump on it
Right,
while it's 10 cents cheaper, and guess what, you might be able to get 4 more sets of eyes on it for the same price.
that's true.
For these podcasts, I usually do about $10 for every podcast, and I promote it on both Instagram and on Facebook. $10 isn't a lot. $10 is, I could throw $10 no problem. Like, it's okay. I've also done like $50 ones. $50 ones, those are like, I'm trying really freaking hard to get my name out there.
Yeah.
Like, and it works. It definitely. I think
Oh
that
yeah.
I wish that, because like people that are on Facebook right now that are doing Facebook gaming and are able to like show their gaming on the same platform that they're on and promote on the same platform. I wish that Twitch had something to do the same thing on Twitch, but I feel like that would be super, like, it would be very inundated with people. I think people would use it way worse than they do it on
I
Facebook.
I also think Twitch should implement a YouTube style of browsing.
Hmm.
Like, I know that you can upload videos to your Twitch channel,
Yeah.
but nobody goes to those videos and watches them.
No.
There's no search bar for that. I think that would be really beneficial to Twitch and all of its streamers, and especially um, uh, smaller streamers. Like, if they upload Twitch based content on Twitch, whether it's like a pre made video or something, or like a highlight reel of something, and people can search up, like I said earlier, like couple streamers, and they come across those videos
Yeah.
and your channel's linked with it, they're more likely to click on your channel. I've always thought about that and thought Twitch should do that, but I don't think they'll ever do it because maybe YouTube will sue them or something. I don't know, but
Well, and I think there's a big thing that YouTube does that Twitch doesn't do, and I wish they would implement is when it comes to YouTube, if you keep a person on the platform, say you say, okay, watch this video. Now I have a video at the end of my video. You should check that out as well. Or I have a playlist at the end of my video. Check that as well. Or if you link to another YouTube video, they reward people for that. So
oh yeah,
they put your name higher and higher on the listing because you're keeping them on the platform longer and longer. When someone hosts another person or raids another person and it keeps people on the platform, I think that Twitch should help those people that are hosting and raiding constantly. And it's a goal. It's literally a goal in the achievements to host and raid people for however many people. Why not make that? Okay, you hit this goal, cool. We're going to bump you up a little bit higher in the listings. Even if you only have 20 viewers, you've hosted and rated 1,000 times. Let's just say 1,000 times. Okay, we're going to put you up a little higher on the listing just for that.
yeah. I think that's great.
You know,
Yeah,
it helps, and it also is rewarding people for keeping people on the platform for sure. So,
absolutely.
um,
Oh, I think Emmy's home.
oh man,
My dog's barking.
um, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's so many little things, so many untapped potential things that Twitch needs to get on for. Otherwise, they're gonna lose out on just even little bits of money because right now is it Mixer and
Sorry, 1 second.
no, you're good. You're good.
All right, you're good.
Mixer and Facebook, they've been taking a piece of the pie. I think that the big thing is that Twitch needs to either man up and grab it, or they need to, figure out how to outmaneuver these other platforms because the other platforms might have better moves and you just don't know it yet.
Right.
So, um, okay, so I'm gonna have to ask the chat. If you guys have any questions for Slarxy, throw them up in the chat. Well, I'm gonna read off anything else, and I want to ask one more question to you while they, if they throw up anything. My question to you, the last question I'll have for the night, is what would be your one piece of advice to any new streamer coming into the platform, at, at any point coming in for 2019 or in the future?
This is interesting. I haven't really thought about this, but I guess networking is obviously a big thing. Everybody knows that, but so many people come to the platform and want to network, and I think we need to stop saying network because it it's it's kind of disingenuous in a way. It's everyone when they say, "Hey, let's network," it's like, "Hey, let's game and stream together so your viewers will come check out my channel." And I think that's very disingenuous. And maybe that's just a personal opinion of mine, but I think we should just get on the platform. We should stream. We should play games, have fun, and meet people and make friends. And then in turn, it'll naturally happen. You're networking, but you're not networking. I know that sounds dumb, but in my head, it makes sense. And I think we just all just need to be friends with each other and play games with people that you like, and their viewers eventually will come to your channel and check you out if they like you, and your viewers, if they like them, they'll go to their channel. And again, there's enough viewers to go around too. And but yeah, I mean, networking is just a weird concept for me, and I've never been a huge fan of that title. But Yeah, just make friends.
Yeah, no,
Just be friendly.
I like that. I think the biggest thing is it really shouldn't be called networking. It should, like you said, I think it should be like you're just making friends with people that also like
Yeah,
that also like playing video games, or like also like, doing art or whatever the case may be. But don't ever, I feel like people go into it like, oh, I'm gonna go and host their channel. Hopefully they'll host my channel. Like, no, just don't
exactly.
host a channel because you like their content. You know,
Yes, yes. Amen. Honestly,
you know.
seriously.
Um, I you know
Gosh.
I think the whole like what is it, auto hosting? Auto hosting is nice, but I also think that if you don't like someone's content, you don't have to auto host them. Even if they've auto hosted you, you
Yep.
don't need to auto host them. You know,
Right.
because it becomes one of those things like, well, I did this for you, you should do it for me. Not so much, because maybe your content
Yeah.
isn't something I vibe with, and I like hanging out with you because you're a friend of mine, but I'm not gonna promote your content because I'm not a huge fan of it. I like
Exactly.
I like South Park, but I'm not gonna have my mom watch South Park with me because she doesn't like South Park. Like,
Right. Exactly.
let's
Yep.
I think that's I agree. I think that networking has become this thing where people think that it's like, the end all be all, like, oh well, if I do this for you, you should do it for me. Just don't think that, please.
Yep.
Um, what is one thing that you think that people take for granted for streamers? Do you think that like that people come into it thinking this, but they also like they take that for granted?
Uh, that's a hard one. I think a lot of people watch streamers and not realize we kind of touched on this earlier, but they don't realize what goes on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in our channel. I Emmy and I both have done so much off stream that a lot of people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish it could be recognized, not just for us, but other people in general, other streamers out there. Like it's not just go live. There's like a lot of stuff that goes on before you go live.
Absolutely.
Like in your case, like you did a lot of research and you had to get an idea of who I was before we did this. And it's not just you coming on here and we're just hanging out. Like there's a system to this.
Yeah.
And Katana, gosh dang it. I guess I have to say Katana.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel like it's a loaded question, Katana. My favorite. You know what my favorite sub is? Me. It's actually, it's a $5 foot long over at Subway.
Oh yes.
$5 foot long over at Subway.
I'm
Actually,
gonna
it's not $5 anymore, and it's not a foot long. I've been deceived. Just so everyone knows this. It's
wait,
not.
is it really not $5 anymore?
Nope, it's not $5 anymore. It's like $5.50 or $5 and it's yeah. They duped us. They duped us, guys.
Wow, dude, I feel ripped off.
Yeah, Ripperoonie. And also it's not a foot long. I've been told it's like less than a foot long, but I'm also pretty sure a guy was measuring it, so that's probably why.
Yep.
There you
You're
go.
probably right, dude.
There you go. There you go. No, but for real, I just I like that. I think the fact is that people don't, they just don't see. They see they see what's on screen or what's on camera, but they don't realize, like, like you said, the promoted streams, that, doing all the the back end work, checking out different games. Like, I played Just Dance because I really like the community that it's a part of. I think that it's a untapped potential for me because I like dancing, and I also think that it's something that it's putting me out of my comfort zone. So that's the reason why I'm doing it now.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
um,
No, I think that's really awesome, and I want to see you do that. Now that you say that, I think that could be fun to watch.
yeah, I spent like 4 hours redoing my entire office just purely for Just Dance streams now. So now I have an entire setup just for that now, and it took me forever. But guess what? Now it looks phenomenal. It looks 10 times better than I thought it ever would.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, I think, I don't know, I think people need to take a step back and go, well, okay, what do they really do behind the scenes?
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, I want you, I'm gonna put you full screen. You shout out anything you want to shout out. You can even tell people how much you enjoy subs. I don't care.
Oh man, this now I'm really in the spotlight. Whoa, dude, this is crazy. what do I want to shout out? I want to shout out all of the friends that I've made on Twitch this past year. This has been an incredible adventure, and I'm very thankful for where I'm at today on the platform. And I cannot wait to see where me and my community go. I'm so excited, and I cannot wait for all the new games to come out to play with you guys. And that's pretty much it.
And where can they find you at for anyone in the future listening to this?
That's a great question. Well, I stream on twitch.tv/Slarxy, Slarxy. Twitter handle Slarxy TV, Instagram Slarxy, YouTube Slarxy. You know, search Slarxy, you'll find me because it's a weird name that has no meaning.
I'm a huge proponent in the fact that branding yourself with the same freaking name across everything is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I wish I could not have TV in my Twitter handle, but unfortunately, Slarxy is already taken for some reason, which is so weird to me. But whatever.
Yeah, I like that, and I also like the fact that your name doesn't have like an underscore. Nothing
Yep.
against you, Katana, but having a name where you can
called out.
read now when you're able to read a name and it doesn't have a ton of numbers or it's easy to remember. So for a streamer, it's a huge like advantage. So it's not like, oh, it's Pone Nuber 4522. Like, okay, I can't
Right.
I'm not remembering that, sorry, I promise
Right.
you. But I like that.
I can't hear you.
What's going on?
Okay, there we go. I
back?
just heard your stream.
Are we back? Hello? No, maybe. What happened? Hello? What did I break?
Just so you know, I can hear your stream, but I can't hear you on Discord. I think you can hear me.
You guys can hear me out there. Give me 1 second.
That was a good sound effect. I just heard it on stream.
I am. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. You can hear both?
Okay, how about this one?
I can't hear nothing on this end.
Hey, I'm
What I
back.
did
Or
to break
you're
it.
back. No, wait, no, you're not back. It was
broke it.
I broke
Twitch
the
stream.
damn
I
thing.
can't hear you still.
Yeah,
Break.
this is gonna be good. This is good stuff, guys. Good content on my part. It's good content on my part.
Heard you try to do the
it's
voice.
my fault. I screwed up. Something I screwed up. I don't know what, but I did. We'll do. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure that one out. We'll do this. Boom. Boom. Can you hear me? No, yes, maybe. Blue. But not Discord. Got it. Weird. So weird.
So maybe your input device changed on your voice settings in Discord for some reason.
We'll do this real fast. I'm gonna pull up so I can hear, because I can't apparently hear nothing now. It's a good way. It's a good way to end the stream, guys. It's a good way to end the stream.
Oh, he can't hear us now.
All right. I'm gonna give you the platform, and I'm gonna let myself get out of here. So you can finish out the stream for me.
All right, well, freak. All right, don't mind if I do. All right, guys. Well, I just want to say thanks for coming to the Stay Your Blade podcast, the Bladecast. Sorry, episode number 22, interview with Slarxy. It was a great experience having you guys here. It was a great experience being a part of this. Thank you so much for having me on. You guys are all beautiful. Please make sure to follow this channel if you enjoyed the content. This guy is an amazing guy. Very fun podcast. A very cool experience. Smash follow on this guy. And if you are new to me, go over to twitch.tv/Slarxy and I will see you around. You guys have a good night. And I don't know if he can hear when I'm done, so I'm just going to sit here awkwardly and talk like this. Whoa. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for sticking by the podcast even after we had our ridiculous technical failures. I did get it fixed, of course, but thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you guys want to check out Slarxy, it's twitch.tv/Slarxy. I will put it in the description below in the show notes. I love your faces, guys. If you guys want to check out another podcast, we are always on. Check the schedule on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook. You guys can always DM me on any of those platforms, and I will always get back to you. Love your face. Peace out. Blades up. And have a great night. Bye.